She is on her own, with no parents around. Not every monarch butterfly's birth is smooth. She gets stuck. With dusk approaching, I can't simply look away. Her name is Ingvel, my lifeline, and she came to me at the most vulnerable time in my life. A toothpick, a milkweed, a bug, and a tendril. These are ordinary things that are unrelated. By themselves, they don't offer much to look at. But when they all came together, they became the heroes of a compelling story of survival. People often ask me, how did this happen? When I think about it, it must have something to do with my close relationship with nature. I see myself as a puzzle solver for plants. After so many years, whenever I see leaves and flowers, I have developed a habit of asking myself, what do they resemble? It's pretty amazing to find out this way that happiness is by choice and is only one leaf away. It's that time of the year again when nature shows off its rich colors, textures, and shapes. It's truly amazing how every plant has its own unique look. We all share the same Mother Nature and live in perfect harmony with each other. But honestly, I don't know much about my nature siblings. Where do they come from? And what happens to them after they fall? Can we make their beauty last longer? These are not just leaves. but inviting pieces of a puzzle. I love picking them up and arrange them to create some pressed flower art. Leaves, flowers, seeds, and even banana peels. They all become my art materials. Searching for one-of-the-kind materials draws me closer to nature. I'm always intrigued by Mother Nature, who is a silent, yet the greatest artist, second to none. I became interested in her sign language and discovered many of her secrets. I noticed how well an orange daylily and a blue hydrangea go together in this artwork. I can feel it. The marigold petals is telling me a story about the kingdom of the swan. It's about a lonely swan is left in the dark. Then she comes. After they dance in the moonlight, things worked out. In the end, he takes his son to the wild sea, and they live happily ever after. I love the beauty of poinsettia leaves, but it's a shame to see them end up in the trash after Christmas. Can I save them? Reed has a texture that's perfect for a cat. Like this, one puzzle after another, I feel that Mother Nature has dropped hints everywhere for me to solve. That is how I became her loyal puzzle solver. Here is another one. What does a dandelion look like? Is it just an ordinary household weed? It puzzles me every time when I pull one out. Growing art material in my garden has given me the chance to watch plants grow and change over time. This year, I planted milkweed and a wintermelon. The wintermelon is a vine that grows a lot of tendrils, which give structural support to the plant. As I watch these tendrils reach out and grasp desperately onto anything in their path, like a dead grass or a piece of mulch, it's become clear to me that they are the lifelines for the plant's survival. This has also made me curious about how I can use tendrils in my artwork. I can't help but wonder, do humans have tendrils of our own? And what is it like when we reach out for support? Little did I know, my journey to solve the biggest puzzle of my life had just begun. And then COVID came. The weight of retirement and being alone at home become crushing, like I'm being dragged down into a very dark place. As one chapter of my life ends, I'm left wondering what's next. I thought creating art would help, but it hasn't. The room is so quiet that I can hear a pin drop. As time passes, a growing urge builds inside of me, a longing for a connection. Hey, you want to hang out? Suddenly, hey, I realized the urge to connect is like a tendril growing within me. The wisdom of the plant tendril tells me loud and clear to get connected with others in any way possible. I got into bird watching with a camera. And it all started when I spotted a cute little robin and its nest right outside my window. Remembering a baby bird I found on the ground years ago, I realized that I'm not the sole owner of this piece of land. Nature brought me cardinals, blue jays, and of course, the cutest squirrels. When the chickadee landed on my hand, I was hooked and wanted to learn more about wildlife behaviors. It makes me wonder, from the same Mother Nature, how different are we from them? The way we raise our families, socializing, and the expression emotions. I love watching the wildlife attracted to the flowers in my garden. But the one that steals my heart is this special beauty, the monarch butterfly. One day, I found a monarch butterfly struggling on the grass with a broken wing. Poor little guy couldn't fly. I decided to try and fix him up, hoping to give him a second chance at life. And it worked. With his new sturdy wings, she was back in the game courting a lady monarch in no time. Watching him fly away filled me with pride, knowing that I have saved a life. Rain was my worst nightmare, and I was warned to take cover from the approaching tornado. But all I could think about was my little buddy. Would his wing hold up in this storm? I was worried. The next day, there was no sign of him, and my heart dropped with the sunset. On the third day, I was overjoyed to see him again. The little butterfly had weathered the storm like a total champ. I didn't know what to feel anymore. Sadly, that was the last time I saw him. But his memory will stick with me forever. A voice is getting louder and louder in my mind. Are they up for adoption? I'm surprised to learn that this beautiful creature is actually an endangered species due to the loss of its habitat, the milkweed plant. When I grew milkweed for its fluffy seed pod to create a picture like this, I had no idea that it was a lifeline of this majestic butterfly. It feels like a destiny that I should bring a special monarch butterfly into this world. She gets stuck in her chrysalis. I can't simply let her die like that. I can't help but wonder if it's true a newborn can form a bond with a mother from a different species. I put on my warmest smile. Our eyes meet. She sizes me up. I can tell she doesn't feel safe. After all, I'm a giant creature from a completely different world. She tries to walk away, but she is not able to go far. I still remember the day when her mother laid her on a milkweed leaf. I found her in my garden, so tiny and unprotected that I just have to bring her home with me. I spent 4 days anxiously waiting, and my heart melts when she finally hatches into a beautiful caterpillar. Holding her in my hand is the best feeling ever because I know she is safe from all the predators out there like ants, spiders, and birds. Everything is new to her, and she seems too eager to explore. But she turns straight back to the eggshell. It must have been her instinct, since that is her very first and only meal from her mother. With each new arrival, my home has transformed into a monarch butterfly nursery. I feel good that I can provide a safe place for them until one day, my camera captured disturbing footage. Something went horribly wrong. An aggressive caterpillar was attacking and eating another caterpillar. It's hard to process that my home is not as safe as I thought. I become more vigilant, but even with protection, the older brother managed to break through the baby pool. Despite the absence of the newborn's parents, it is remarkable to see my baby sensed the danger and instinctively ran to safety. My once empty home is now filled with new life. The butterflies have given me a renewed sense of purpose, and my passion for creating artwork has found new inspiration. I can tell her belly up position must be deadly. She will use anything within her reach to get back up on her feet, even if it means using a basket, my finger, or even her own wings. Unfortunately, she will never be able to fly. Her antenna is also damaged, and only one leg is functioning, which makes it difficult for her to grip. After a few failed attempts, she is able to adapt quickly to her situation. Luckily, her lifeline proboscis, that straw-like tongue to drink nectar, is still intact, which is crucial for her survival, but she will need some help. It's very difficult to watch her struggle, so I've decided to do everything I can to help her live her best life, even if it's just for a single day. First thing first, I picked a name for her, Inkwell. I've been keeping a close eye on my baby, and she's growing super fast. She's eating a lot of milkweed leaves. See how flexible she is. Sometimes, when she poops, she has to bend over to knock it off. With every step she takes, she waves a silk web to help her stick to the surface. Often, I catch my baby eating next to her siblings, and it's so cute, but out of nowhere, they will start fighting, even if there is plenty of food around. I wonder if they just need some personal space to be happy. They fight all day long, from dawn till dusk. Watching these caterpillars grow and transform has really inspired me to create an artwork about the life cycle of the monarch butterfly. I call it the circle of life of the monarch butterfly. For a while now, I've been wondering what a dandelion looks like. I think I finally figured it out. How about a caterpillar? The puzzle of the dandelion has finally been put to rest. As a new mother caught off guard, and frantically try to figure out what my little one likes to eat. Mom, what's for dinner? I'm starving. I imagine like she's talking to me. She extends her proboscis for food. I'm not sure. We need to figure it out together, okay? Okay, Mama. What about apple? Grape? Orange? Banana? Or watermelon? She doesn't recognize any of them and just wants to bail out. Inkwell, give it a try. I promise that you will like it. I know it might sound a little silly, but I find myself enjoy talking to my little one like this way. It is just nice to have someone to chat with and break up the eerie quietness in the room. She must feel comfortable either with the food or with me, and discovered that the belly up position is quite cozy. As she grows, there comes a point where her body has outgrown her skin, and she begins to shed like a snake. This happens 5 times during the caterpillar's 2-week lifespan. Her face comes off easily, but the tail is hard to get off, isn't it? After that, her new face changes color quickly, and she becomes very hungry. I was shocked to see her eating her own old skin. But I later realized that every bit of food is precious for survival in the wild, where food sources are often scarce. Good girl, you cleaned your plate. When she's about 2.5 inches, she spent hours running lap after lap and checking out every corner of her space. I later learned that finding a safe spot is so crucial for her during the next 10 days or so, as she undergoes the incredible transformation from a caterpillar to a butterfly. Finally, she wants to be right next to her buddy who just turned, but she can't do it. Otherwise, their wings might get damaged after they both emerge. Taking care of her from a tiny egg to a caterpillar is such a wonderful experience, and I began to imagine my baby spreading her wings and living life to the fullest. Inkwell is being a little rebel today and won't let me feed her. She's like, "Mom, please control yourself. I'm not a baby anymore, and I'm so stuffed." You can totally tell she wants to do her own thing. Now she's all about finding her own nectar. And her mom has found a way to give her some space. But I can still keep an eye on her by checking the hole in her proboscis. Inkwell, wanna try something different for dinner today? I'm thrilled that she has learned to take nectar from the carrot. Even though watermelon is still her favorite, I notice her eyes light up whenever something organic is served. Flowers are what she is born for. I really enjoy hanging out with her in front of the computer and the TV every night. But it's always hard to say good night because you never know if it could be our last. I'm blown away by her resilience when I receive her greeting in the next morning. She brings me so much joy and a purpose to my life. As time goes by, I feel like more attached to her. However, I have to remember that monarch butterfly only lives for 2 to 6 weeks. Except for the last generation, Our days together are numbered. The search goes on, and this caterpillar may have been thinking that the grass is always greener on the other side. Finally, he decided to settle in a flower pot. And wasted no time in weaving a silk mat to hang upside down from. The silk wad and webbing gotta be super strong to hold its weight. It's truly like a work of art. There you have it, the famous jade hen, which will last for about a day. A beautiful green layer appears underneath. Eating his last skin is beyond his control. But no worries, I've got it covered. Piece by piece, the artwork starts coming together, and I'm starting to feel like my life is getting back on track. Inside the gorgeous jade green chrysalis, a miraculous transformation is happening over the next 9 to 14 days. Wow, check it out. The chrysalis is black now. I can totally see the butterfly's wing all folded up in there. When it's time, the magic happens. A crack opens up, the butterfly pops out. The fact is, he can't fly just yet because his wing might get messed up if he falls. He has to cling onto something for a few hours to let his wings dry out. It's pretty neat to learn why those grooves are on the chrysalis. As his large belly pumps fluid rapidly into his wings, he calibrates his lifeline, the proboscis. Well, I'm watching him, but my mind is on the last piece of my artwork. Where am I gonna find the plant material to make his proboscis? But hey, I know Mother Nature has got my back, as she always does. His body often steals the show in my monarch nursery. Although he wants to go outside, he's unable to fly when the temperature is below 55 Fahrenheit. He is eager to explore the world with endless flowers. One of his favorites is a nectar-rich milkweed flower. He hesitated a little bit at first, but he took off into his very first flight and quickly becomes a pro. Even though butterflies and caterpillars look totally different, it is funny how they both act similar. When they get too close to each other, they can start fights and kick, pushing, or chase each other around. It's warm now. Let's go outside. With a seemingly short and silent goodbye, the parting time has come, and you will continue on your own life journey from here. Take care. There is plenty of nectar here. Whenever a butterfly comes out, it brings me so much joy. But once they fly away, I get this strange mix of sadness and guilt. The crooked chrysalis of Ingval always bothers me. It is like I brought Ingval home thinking she would be safer, but then I messed up on a crazy day when I was setting up my camera and taking care of the other monarchs. And that's when the accident happened. I can't help but think that if it wasn't for me, Ingval would be out there living her best life, finding love and having little butterfly babies. It's really waiting on me, and I just want to make it up to her so badly. This morning, I found Ingval lying still on the floor. I had this bad feeling like, is today the day? But you know what? We made it through another day. To prevent her from falling again, I put her in a glass cup by the window so that she can still enjoy the view. It's like they always say, to live each day like it's your last. And I'm really feeling that now. If today is her last day, I wonder what she's missing out on. Inkville, can you feel the wind blowing like you were flying out there? Mom, can you please let me out of here? I can feel it. That's what Inkville is trying to tell me. The protection is nice, but her free spirit just can't be caged like this. It feels great to take care of Inkville since she keeps good company. Inkville, wanna go outside and get the fresh air? She had a rough start, but she's doing much better quickly. It's such a beautiful day out there, and Inkville seems to really enjoy it. But her predators are always lurking, so we will have to head back to our safe home. As for outdoor adventure, I can bring them indoors for you. Feeding her with a toothpick is always a special moment of magic connection with her. Watching her finding nectar on her own is pure joy. Doesn't she look totally relaxed in that fancy chair with a nice armrest? As her body starts to shake uncontrollably, and I know our time together isn't limited, but I choose to live in the moment. She still reaches for higher places. Watermelon is always popular in the monarch nursery. I noticed Ingvel waiting patiently for her turn. It seems that her appetite is still good, which is a good sign. As I wake up and find Ingvel lying belly up, it is clear to me that this is her final moment. Her proboscis stopped stretching out. It breaks my heart. Ingvel has left behind a thriving next generation of monarchs in my nursery. The final goodbye to Ingvel is really tough. After relying on her presence for 17 days, during this difficult time, I feel so empty now. It's only now that I realize that my attempts to save her were not just for her benefit, but also for my own emotional support, like a plant tendril reaching out for connection. Losing her feels like my tendril had been broken and left hanging. The image of her falling and then getting back up, falling again, getting back up again, keeps playing in my head. Her tiny body's incredible resilience is so uplifting. After searching everywhere, guess what? I finally found the art material for the monarch's proboscis right in my own garden. It's truly amazing how everything in nature needs some kind of support to survive and thrive. Whether it's a plant tendril reaching out for stability, a monarch butterfly using its proboscis to feed, or even just a human finding emotional relief through something as simple as a toothpick. And it was mind blowing when I realized that my emotional support system mirrors the way plant tendrils grow and reach out for support. What a wild ride for me to get this. The circle of life of the monarch butterfly is a beautiful balance in nature. I heard Ingvel ask me for a pair of wings that would allow her to soar in the sky. Watching this footage always makes me wonder what Ingvel might have been thinking when she met her peers, and what might have been going through the mind of this monarch that checked her out. As my paintbrush moves, my imagination runs wild, and I feel like creating a dreaming place for Ingvel, a place full of milkweed, where she can regrow her wings and fly in the air. A place I'm riding along where my depression shed like caterpillar skin. It feels like a massive weight has been lifted off me. It's September, and the monarch butterflies are on the move, heading south without a map. It's crazy to think that these little guys travel around 3,000 miles from their breeding ground up north to their winter home in central Mexico. My blood is boiling with excitement. I feel like I'm part of this. The journey is no joke. These tiny monarchs have to cross Lake Erie from Point Pelee in Canada to the Ohio shore, covering about 40 miles. I'm heading over there by land and water, so I can root for the monarchs as they arrive and take a break. The monarchs are braving the rough waters and the blinding sun with no place to rest. But look, here they come, either alone or in a group. Congratulations, you made it to the shore. Among them, I see Ingval smiling. Among them, I see Ingval smiling. Come back, my beautiful friend. I have planted a field of milkweed. I'll be right here, waiting for your return next year. A toothpick, a milkweed, Ingval, a tendril, I would never look at them the same way again. Check out the redbud. It's one of the first flowers to show up in spring. You will notice that its flowers are shaped like birds. It's like Mother Nature is obsessed with birds. She keeps making flowers that look like them. Even the maple seed looks like a bird wing.